In the book Letting Go The Pathway of Surrender, Dr. David Hawkins, world renowned author, psychiatrist, and spiritual teacher, provides a mechanism for letting go of blocks to happiness, love, joy, success, health, and ultimately to enlightenment. He shares from his clinical and personal experience that surrender is the surest way to total fulfillment. To surrender means to have no strong emotion about a thing. It's okay if it happens and it's okay if it doesn't. When we surrender, there's a letting go of attachments. Progressively, we reduce our dependence on anything or anyone outside of us. The basic goal of every desire is to achieve a certain feeling, either a feeling of happiness or avoiding a fear. By continuously letting go, it is possible to stay in a state of freedom. Feelings come and go, and eventually you realize that you're not your feelings. Rather, your role is to be the witness to those feelings. Dr. Hopkins provides a map of consciousness. He says when we stay in a consciousness of force with feelings like shame, guilt, anger, fear, people avoid us because we take energy away from them. When we stay in a consciousness of power with feelings like peace, joy, love, willingness, people seek us because we give them energy. As we become aware of and surrender negative feelings, we free up ourselves for higher levels of consciousness, spiritual awareness, intuition, and growth. Fear of life is really the fear of emotions. It's not the facts or events that we fear, but rather the feelings and emotions that it generates. Once we have mastery over our feelings, our fear of life reduces. Example, a man who has faced losing a job will never again experience the same fear. The part of us that wants to cling to negative emotions is our smallness. It's that part of us that is petty, selfish, judgmental, ashamed, and vain. It depletes our energy, and we need to think, is that the part that we want to energize? It is important to let go of a resistance to let something positive happen. Fear must be replaced by trust and faith. That brings a profound sense of well being. Fear is healed by love. That's the mechanism demonstrated by great saints and healers. The letting go mode takes courage. The negative feelings have to be acknowledged and worked through and slowly lose their charge. When we have the courage to face the situation, the main event itself causing the feelings loses its charge. On the level of courage, we start becoming conscious. We realize that we have the freedom and the capacity to choose how we feel. We no longer have to be the victim, and freedom in the truest psychological, emotional, and spiritual sense is possible. In acceptance, we enjoy harmony. We trust universal wisdom in the events that unfold in our life. The feeling is, I'm okay, you're okay, and it's okay. There's a feeling of belongingness, connectedness, love, and understanding. In a state of acceptance, it's possible to forgive our own past and heal past resentments. We may even see possible hidden gifts in all that happened to us. We are no longer concerned with good or bad judgments. We also become less judgmental of others. There are certain things you can do in the energy field of love that are impossible otherwise. Forgiveness is an aspect of love that allows us to see life events from the viewpoint of grace. It's about surrendering our perceptions completely, letting go of all our judgments, and allowing the whole situation to transform. Acceptance brings peace, and with inner peace comes great strength. The person who has found inner peace can no longer be intimidated, controlled, or manipulated. In this state, we are not vulnerable to worldly threats and have mastered earthly life. A person who has surrendered no longer feels fear, anger, guilt. Instead, there's a loving acceptance of people and events. In the surrendered state, we don't derive our happiness from others and outside events because we have found that that source of happiness is within us. Often we block receiving what we want from others because of expectations or resentments of them. Emotions are really subtle attempts to force others and impose our will on them, which they unconsciously resist. When we surrender expectations of others, power struggles for being right and proving our point is also relinquished. And this has a positive impact on relationships. When we are surrendered, there's no longer the pressure of time. Frustration comes from wanting a thing now instead of letting it happen naturally in its own time. Patience is an automatic side effect of letting go. We all know how easy it is to get along with patient people, and eventually, most patient people get what they want. Dr. Hawkins says people resort to a lot of techniques to solve their problems: meditation, manifestation, NLP, visualization, psychic readings, EFT, crystals, past life regression, and many, many more. But the solution is not out there, the solution is within. The mechanism of surrender is simple and your own to explore and grow. If you like this video, do like, share, and subscribe to Wisdom Stories Unlimited.